Yeah, I'm live right now.
Welcome, everyone. Episode what? Black. What episode? What episode?
My
Black?
chat says
Okay,
3,332.
that's completely incorrect. I don't know how old you think I am, but I did not age that much already. Episode 37 of Building Character, a Caesar RE, Black Hack 2K, and our guest this week, CKGaming. He's following up the Dad Body Cavalry guys because they've pretty much taken him in as one of their own at this point.
Chat has corrected me. 3047 is what episode it is on my title.
Oh my god! Well, hey, you were close. Just take out the 04 and you had it. You know, not
I
bad.
just fucking put a number in there.
I know you do. It's okay. It's okay.
Thank you, Jay.
All right. Well, let's get into it. So CK, I think we'll start by just getting like a little intro about yourself, who you are, how you got involved, how you even found Dad Body Cavalry to get going. I know you play every Tuesday. We did it, you and I played a couple weeks ago with you guys. But give us a little blurb about yourself, where you're from, anything like that.
Well, my gamer tag CK. My real name is Jeff. 31, get ready to be 32 next month.
Let's go.
Been gaming in my younger years. I gamed all the time. I played all the Call of Duties, Halos, some other stuff in there, on console. I just started getting into gaming about a year ago now, actually, when I decided to get sober. So that's really helped out with that portion of everything.
Yeah, I know you said it was a couple weeks ago. You said you were celebrating your 1 year, right?
Yep, September 13th was 1 year.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It I don't want to say it was hard. It ain't easy, but
Sure.
For me personally, I don't really have that addicting personality that some people have. So
yeah, you just set your mind to it and said, "This is what I'm gonna do."
Yeah. Like I said, I've focused my attention to streaming and gaming and
anything else.
Yeah, pretty much anything else. I don't leave the house anymore. If when I'm not working, I'm hanging out with our community, your community, Black's community. I'm hanging out everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's my going out.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Dad Body Cav, my Girl Scouts, as I like to call them. Chris or Domage, me and him actually coached football together many years ago when his oldest boy was in middle school. We were coaching football, and that's how I met Chris. And then a couple months ago, he hit me up one time. I was like, "Yo, you stream?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "We're playing. We just started streaming. Let's get together." I was like, "Yeah, let's do a co-stream." We got together and started playing, and the rest is history.
Yeah, you guys been playing every Tuesday, I feel like, right? It's every Tuesday?
And we have a dedicated Tuesday gaming session, and then we game other days as well. Just, unplanned stuff. If we're all on Call of Duty and stuff like that, we'll get in. We're always talking every day.
That's awesome.
We try to play some oddball games on Sundays every now and then. It ain't really a dedicated schedule, but we've been playing like Sea of Thieves and Valheim and stuff like that on Sundays.
Yeah. Are you guys getting back into coaching at some point, or?
I know I would like to, just with my schedule and my kids. I have three kids actually. One's 12, one's 11, and one's getting ready to be 7. So
nice. Boys, girls?
I have, my son is 12, his name is Cooper, and then Riley, my oldest daughter, is 11, and then I have Ronnie. She's not biologically mine, but I've raised her. I cut her umbilical cord. I've raised her since birth.
Sure.
So she don't live with me, but she comes over all the time. And Cooper and Riley, my oldest, they do live with me. Single dad life,
Sure.
Good stuff. But they keep me pretty busy. They support my gaming and my streaming. They understand what it is and what's going on. They have their streamers I like to watch. And my son plays. I have to make him get off the computer sometimes. Like
I've seen him in the background sometimes on your streams. Come in and
I have to make him come down and just get out of his room for a few minutes anyway. Make him walk the dog and stuff like that. Just take a breather, get some fresh air.
Sure.
I let my daughter play for her birthday. She got a dub in the Warzone.
No shit, really?
Yeah, on the PC.
Nice.
It was on stream.
Nice. That's awesome.
I bought my son a
Practice mode.
PC. For
Now I'm catching on. Hey, to be honest with you, I was shook
don't
there
mean
for
no
a minute.
difference to-
I was
It
shook.
don't mean no difference to her.
Oh no, but that's I mean it's still awesome, but
Dude,
at the
she
same
was just having so much fun.
but you had me. I was like, God damn, I need to step my shit up.
Dude, she straight up, she killed this one guy with a shotgun. She went, shot you in the butt face.
Oh my god.
It's like, yeah.
No, that's awesome. So CK, you're from Kentucky, right?
I live in Kentucky now. I'm originally from West Virginia.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
My dad did 21 years in the Army, so we moved around a lot. And then I did a few years, and I got out and just stayed here. I was stationed out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky, so it was easy transition just to come back up here.
Did we talk about where at in West Virginia?
I'm not sure. I grew up in a place called Summersville. It's just right outside of Beckley.
Yeah.
Beckley and south of Charleston, the capital. So I'm right in central.
Yeah, because I grew up probably about 25, 30 minutes from Wheeling. In southwestern PA. Which, big news. I don't want to jinx it. We'll wait. Wait until next week. We'll wait until next week.
Yeah,
Sorry, Black. Sorry, Black.
No,
Wheeling,
West
quite a bit.
Virginia was like,
No.
I've been there
I'm saying
several times.
I was gonna say big news, and I'm holding out. I'm gonna hold out till next week.
oh, okay.
Yeah, we used to take our school trips to Wheeling, up to Wheeling and Parkersburg, Fairmont,
So
up to the northern Panhandle.
Yeah, when they opened up the Cabelas, my dad worked in a steel mill, ball glass factory. Like he did mill work his entire life until they started shutting down like pretty heavily. And it was like, his brother still worked in a big, it's USS still, right? He worked in a big one, and my dad could have continued, but at that point, I think he was just done with the mill work. So he went to school to get an associate's. And when they opened up at Cabelas, he was like, that's where I'm going. So he went to Wheeling, and he would drive to Wheeling, worked customer service. And then eventually he worked in the gun library, drove and picked up, guns all over the place. And they were actually just here today. My parents were here earlier today to meet my newborn. It was cool.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did say your family was coming in.
Yeah, they were coming in. They came in, got here 11:30, left by 4:30. They're still on the road on the way back. They do like a just 4.5 hour drive out, stay 4 hours, 4.5 hours drive back. It's intense, but it brought
it's about a 5 hour drive from here to my hometown, West Virginia.
Okay. Yeah, they brought an inflatable bounce house that inflates in like 2 minutes. And it's awesome. It's 300-pound limit, so I can be in there with him and not break it. I immediately asked if they made adult versions of it. He was having a blast with it. But so everybody can't see it from this angle. But Black, CK's setup, it competes with yours. It really does.
Like he's got 32-inch, I think.
You've seen it, right? He's got him elevated off the desk. He put it in the one day, and everybody was like, they lost their mind. Somebody posted their setup in the Dad Club Gaming Discord, and then he posts his, and he goes, I'm just a kid, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't even trying to show him up.
I know.
Like, hey, this is mine. Like,
yeah. No, it's good. It's fun. It was a good time.
I didn't know that section was in your Discord, so I was like, oh, sweet.
Absolutely.
Send a picture of mine.
To be honest with you, I added it there, and I was waiting. I've been waiting to add mine, and I still haven't. Like I wanted, as I kept adding things, I wanted to take a picture and add it in, but I just haven't yet. I'm sure my acoustic foam will fall before I actually post it.
That's the one thing I don't have yet. I haven't put anything on the walls, but I want to do.
I don't have any acoustic foam or none of that.
I know furniture does it and stuff like that, but
yeah, in the ceiling, I'm going to put like the cotton balls with the lights underneath it. It looks like a cloud.
Cool. Yeah.
My wife's been begging me to do that.
That'd be my next upgrade.
Cloud.
She wants it in there or in your room, Black?
She wants it in both.
Okay.
So mine and the kids. Yeah. Because like the kids have that L where I used to be,
Sure.
like all my stream room used to be, and then their bunk beds are where my YouTube room was, and she wants to do both because they're identical in shape. They're just flip flopped,
Right.
And she was talking about doing that, testing it out in the kids' room, and then getting it better over here. And I was like, I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
They're never gonna see it. It's the roof.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, that's gonna be more for me. Like,
Yeah.
I did
I spend a
the.
lot of
The less
time in this
lights I
room.
got in my
Well, I
face,
mean,
the
I
better,
guess if
'cause I
they're
already got
laying in
2.
bed though, they'd see it, right? They'd look up, laying in bed.
They would maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
mean stream? Sorry,
Yeah.
you meant stream.
I
Won't
mean,
see
it's
it.
cool for the kids. I'm good, bro. I got too much lights in here anyway. All my LEDs run across the floor. And
Yeah,
up
Tim
the
the Fat Man.
Up that,
I understand.
away from my face.
Tim.
I have an
Tim.
office upstairs in my house. It's a little bitty room, and that's what I did. That was my first setup when I got my PC, and that's what I did. I had all the lights. I had them through the baseboards, and then around the door, and then up around the ceiling too.
Yeah.
I didn't move those down here because I don't know how much y'all use LED strips, but heck, you might know. Once you take them off the wall, they're not sticking again.
Sure.
No, they're not.
Yeah, you might
That's why I
spin 'em
always
out.
get these outdoor ones. They're real thick, and then you can put them on with a clamp. It's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Like everything's held on with little tiny clamps,
Mhm.
and like the only reason that one come off is because my son was picking at it under the door. Like the wire was poking through, and he just went like a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time in this room, even if I'm not streaming. I got a big TV up right here in front of me, and I got the chair behind me. I'll just like I've been lounging all day today, watching football, in and out of napping. So just
And that's
relaxing.
what I did today. The wife, she was like, "Hey, I need rest." I was like, "Go sleep." It's like 11 o'clock. It's like 6:30 when she comes out, and she's like, "Hey, don't you have the dad cast?" And I'm like, 20 more minutes, okay? I'm almost done with the Dark Knight trilogy. I watched all the Batmans today.
Nice.
Wow.
Why? So why did you post about Bane today? Are you doing like a voice thing?
That was a couple days ago, and I've been trying to get a hold of, work with Joey on getting the Bane voice.
Okay.
Because I want that voice so bad. So I've been like soaking in as much Bane as possible. So like at night, I'll listen to, like monologues by Bane and Tom Hardy learning Bane's voice and, like the origins of the Latin. And I was like, I think I can do it.
Oh my God.
So I'm going to try. I'm even working with like a custom 3D printer, like a place that makes custom masks and stuff. And I'm like, I want the most authentic Bane mask I can get. And she's
Is this
like,
for Halloween or something?
Yeah, it's a thing I got coming up.
Okay, it's for Halloween. I got it. I'm on it. Like, don't worry. We're in October. It's fine. What? So let me ask you guys.
Because I've never done anything like this ever.
Oh, you've never done a Halloween thing?
I've never been a part of it.
What do you mean a part of what?
Like the kids in Halloween and
okay, gotcha. Yeah, my wife found this cute astronaut outfit that she wanted my older son to wear, so that's what we're going with. And I'm like, well, what do we do? So I'm big into Halloween. I don't know what I'm gonna wear on stream this year. We'll see. But I was gonna ask a question since we touched on Dark Knight. Yeah, right. I'm assuming Black, you've obviously watched the trilogy. I'm assuming CK, have you seen most of the Dark Knights, if not all of them?
Oh yeah, I've seen them.
All right, let's debate it. What of the three, what's the best of the three of the trilogy? The Christian Bale ones.
To me, I like the last one because it wrapped up, wrapping up the whole story and everything.
Yeah, but it left it so open.
So you,
it did too.
I was so mad. I was like, I'm waiting for Robin.
That's what I thought was going to happen, and then they recast Batman and everything, and just go a separate way. I was like, really? You all had it. You had it set up.
They did.
Right
they
there.
finally trickled on to the stage with Marvel for a second.
Yeah,
and then they fell.
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt would have been kind of crazy as Batman, right?
Yeah, he would have. We were talking about this the other day.
I haven't felt that way since they announced the Call of Duty Vanguard, because I was really expecting a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Because if you've done all the intel missions in the first Warzone, when Sledgehammer had it, they set it up perfectly for Modern Warfare 2, and then it's just gone. And there's nothing happening. We're getting Vanguard.
Yeah. Well, so it looked like you said 3. Black, you were 2 and 3. I'll make it an even split. It's 2 for me. It's 2.
Yeah. 2 is my god, iconic Joker.
So if I do, I can never do movies like rank my movies. I have to rank them by.
It's hard.
I have to rank them by genre, and then I can rank them. So if I rank action movies, Dark Knight still holds number 1 for me. That opening scene, I think we talked about this in the past broadcast. That opening scene at the bank with the grappler getting shot across is the best thing. It gives me chills every single time. I was like, what the heck's happening right now?
That opening scene, even in Bane, that was like all filmed in IMAX.
Sure.
Like that was just as good, but there was something missing. That 2 knocked it out of the park.
That bank heist is just crazy.
It's
like,
so
no,
great.
I killed the bus driver. The bus driver. It's just great. It was just great. Okay.
And the moment you hear his voice, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. No, it was fantastic. He did
Heath Ledger did so good.
He did a fantastic job. All right.
I agree, Kirk. Rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah, big time. That's a bummer right there. So that's the other thing. Like, did the movie get hype because of that? Like, because he had passed away before it released?
Well, there was so much on YouTube about like how much he went in depth to his role.
He was so into that role.
Yeah, and like how dark he had to get, in his downtime to like prepare for filming the next day. Like there was so much I watched on it. Him going into scene as Joker and him getting ready to film was like this whole long process. And I don't doubt a bit that demented him and made him question things. But ultimately, he was, depressed beforehand. This did not help.
Sure.
I hate to laugh about it, but it's true.
Maybe I need to be the Joker on stream. Maybe I could be the Joker on stream this year. I got the hair. I haven't cut it yet. Maybe I keep it. Shave the beard.
Set on Batman.
White makeup. Red lipstick or whatever you call it. Maybe. We'll see.
You'd have to get the fake skin to do the scarring.
It's on camera. Like, I don't have your fancy camera set up. We'll be fine. Which, by the way, I just need to find my HDMI to micro USB cord or whatever. I already have the Cam Link Black. I'm ready to go with the DSLR. I just have to find it. You don't send me one. I think I have one here.
I got one hanging up there.
I know you're looking around. Yeah.
Looking around.
I just have to find it. It's around here somewhere.
I wonder if I can even.
But I have the Cam Link. I purchased it.
Right. See that mount right there? That's for my third camera, and then the HDMI runs under it. I'm never gonna get that camera back.
There it is.
Nope.
I'm ready for it once I find the HDMI cable. We'll have the DSLR
I'm
set up.
never getting that back where it was, bro.
That's one thing I have an excess amount of is HDMI
ports.
Oh yeah.
I have to find the one that goes to like the micro US or micro HDMI or whatever is in the DSLR camera. What is it, Black? It's an HDMI to what?
There's 2 different kinds. You can go micro or mini. Mine are on micro.
I have an A6000 that I bought my wife that I'm going to use. Okay.
Micro.
I just have to find
what
it.
I've been looking at getting.
I bought it for my wife for Christmas like 4 years ago, and she pretty much uses it. Just we had kids, it's like take a picture every once in a while, special occasions. So I'm like, I have a tripod and everything for it. So I'm like, I'll just set that up and use it, and then we'll take it off the tripod whenever. Black, do you recommend having a battery pack or just plugging it in all the time?
No, you have to get a dummy battery.
Okay, don't plug it in all the time.
You'll burn your camera. Get a dummy battery.
Okay.
They're like $16 on Amazon.
I'll find something. Figure it out. I haven't done it yet.
Do not skimp out, because there's like $5 and $6 and $10 ones.
No, I'll buy the Sony one. I'll spend the money to buy the Sony one. I'm not breaking her camera that I spent a lot of
Well,
money
I,
on.
I don't know if Sony actually sells a
figure it out.
dummy battery.
I'll figure it
I'd just go for high reviews.
Figure it out. So what position, like if you were coaching like middle school football or something like that, I'm guessing you coach more of everything, but is there a position that you focus on when it comes for coaching?
So when I was coaching, I started out at middle school level. I played football my whole life, went to college, played for a year.
Where, what position did you play?
In high school, I played offensive line. We had so many people, we went one way. It was
Gotcha.
a nice luxury to have in a high school level. But
Yeah.
I got recruited as a linebacker.
Oh, wow. Nice.
From a little small NIA school here in Kentucky called Georgetown University.
Yeah. Nice.
So I went out there, played one semester, and that's when we found out that I was having a kid. So I left. I left the program and joined the military.
Gotcha.
But coaching, I started out as an offensive line coach and defensive line coach, and then for a couple of years, and I worked my way up. My last few years coaching, I was an offensive coordinator, and then I was a head coach at another middle school here locally. So I was a head coach there. Then I moved up to the high school levels and coached the JV team and helped out with the running backs and defensive ends at the high school here across the street from my house now.
Nice. So in Kentucky, how close are you to Domage then? I know he said he moved. That's when you guys were coaching. He moved, but like, how close would you say you guys are?
10 minutes, really.
Oh, nice.
He's in the next, so I'm sure it's the same everywhere, but I live in Elizabethtown, and we have a couple little, smaller communities around here, like Ronnieville, Cecilia, Vine Grove, stuff like that. And Domage lives in Cecilia, which is out in the countryside of the so-called city. We're not a real big city. We have about I think a little over 100,000 population in Elizabethtown.
Okay.
And then probably, a few more thousand in the little rural areas here.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he's 10, 15 minutes from me.
That's awesome.
Just down the street.
That's awesome. Did you guys ever get to meet up or anything like that?
We haven't in a while. COVID and everything, and
I know you just had COVID, right? You're just getting over it.
Yeah, today's my last day of quarantine. My kids actually left today to go to their grandmother's because they were feeling better.
Yeah. And how let's walk through that. We haven't got to walk through that yet. We haven't talked to anybody who has experienced COVID, and I think this was your second time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You said it wasn't as bad this time, but it was still rough, but it wasn't as bad as the first time.
Okay. So this time let's backtrack. The first time was almost to the date of this year or last year. Almost to the date. That was a weird coincidence there for me. But the first time it was miserable for me. I'm pretty sure I had COVID plus pneumonia and bronchitis on top of it.
Oh my God.
It was, my chest felt like I had napalm in it. I couldn't get out of bed for 4 days, body aches and everything like that. I was miserable. And
what did you do for it that time?
Nothing. I could just, treat the symptoms.
I meant what? So what did you do? Hydrate?
A lot of sleep. Yeah, just tried to stay hydrated, but I couldn't taste or smell nothing, and I was having issues keeping stuff in my body.
Sure. I've heard that.
So I just treat the symptoms as much as you can. The loss of taste and smell was crazy. That was the first thing to go. Actually, before I actually got sick, I was sitting down getting ready to play Warzone with my buddies, and we were on the game chat talking, and I was like, man, I just had this steak and it didn't taste right. I was upset about it because I spent money to have a steak delivered to the house. And and then I go to put a chew in, and I'm like, man, I got a bad can of chew. So I was like, let me open up another one. I was like, hey, Mike, do you think I got a bad roll? He was like, no, I think you got the corona. So I was like, what? He was like, yeah, you can't taste nothing. Can you smell anything? And I hadn't even really noticed it. So I take the can and just take a big whiff. I'm like, nope, can't smell a damn thing.
That's
so
wild.
He was like, yeah, you probably need to go get tested. So I was like, all right. I was like, I will. So, and then the next day is when I started getting sick, started running a fever. and I got pretty bad. I had actually went to the ER and got tested there at the ER and everything like that, and they kept me there overnight and sent me home and was like, "Yeah, you got the coronavirus." And I couldn't smell or taste nothing for like a month and a half.
Oh my God.
It was the first thing to come and the last thing to go. Now, this last time, I got lucky. I say I got really lucky because my symptoms were really mild.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have pneumonia. My chest never hurt. I lost my sense of smell and taste for like 2 or 3 days. And I ran a low-grade fever, just had a headache and then the body aches. But nothing, very, very manageable. I was still able to have somewhat normalcy other than being outside of my routine, which I hate. I think that's why I felt bad, because when I'm not in my routine, I feel terrible. Like, so getting up, going to work, coming home, streaming, playing games, you know, if I'm not doing that, I feel terrible outside of my routine. So I get to go back to work Thursday or Friday. I can't remember, the 7th.
Okay.
They extended my quarantine because my daughter tested positive last Tuesday, but she had, already had symptoms and been in quarantine for a week already. So they just counted that and said she was good to go as long as she don't have any more symptoms.
Sure. I wonder, like, is there ever a time that it like just circulates, you know? Like, is it possible to catch it back from somebody who you gave it to, right? Like,
I figure it's like influenza. This is what I was just talking to chat about, you know, like influenza is just going to be like the common cold, and now it's going to be, you know, oh shit, you got the corona, you need to, you know, stay home. Because, I mean, that's the way influenza was. You need to stay home for 7 days.
Yeah.
At least that's what I was always told, you know. I feel like
this is going to wind up being like a flu, you know. In 5 years, COVID isn't going to be that big of a deal. You know, it's just going to be normal. Hey, make sure you all get your COVID shots. You know, it's COVID season's coming.
Yeah.
So,
you know, it's frustrating. You know,
it's weird. I don't know. And no one knows what's going on. Like,
I mean, I just know that like people like I've never experienced anything like, no matter, I've had chickenpox, right? I didn't get vaccinated for chickenpox. I had chickenpox. I had a staph infection that it took me down, but nothing ever took away like sense of smell or taste that I've ever had. Like, I always had a flu and like those kind of common colds, but nothing had ever done that, which changes his senses, right? For a month and a half. That's extreme. Could you imagine if it blinded you for a month and a half, right? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Sense of hearing, like you just start losing your senses. That's crazy.
That's actually like, I'm really shocked. You mentioned staph and you didn't have any of those issues, because staph can make you blind temporarily.
Yeah. No, I had.
It sparked to my memory when you said it.
There's a couple types of staph, right? The main one that everybody relates to, because it's the one like when you were in high school, you probably heard about the football team or the wrestling team. It was always MRSA, right? They always said MRSA, and like this team has MRSA, so we can't play them this week, or whatever the case may be, right? I had, so MRSA's MRSA, right? Which is, the R is resistive. I apparently had MSSA, which was the S is sensitive. So apparently I got rid of it completely and everything like that. But at the same time, it was like, if I didn't go to the ER when I did, and I didn't know this at the time, but if I didn't go to the ER when I did, I would have died. You know, like it would just shut my whole body down. But I don't know. I just felt like I had a cold, right? I was like, oh, my head hurts. I have chills. I'm going to take Tylenol. But what happened was it locked up my sacroiliac joint, where your leg connects to your hip, right? And I couldn't like walk. And I'm like, oh my God, it hurts so bad, right?
So you're talking about your staph, right?
I'm talking about my staph, yeah.
Yeah. So I remember that we brought it up in the past, but I didn't remember you talking about it locking your leg up. I don't remember that.
So it was my sacroiliac joint, my right leg, and where that joint, connects to your hip. I could walk, but it was very, very painful. And when I went in, so I had a test, I took Tylenol, inflammation goes down with that. Who knows, whatever. My mom and brother took me to the ER at like 4 a.m. and they did an MRI, and it showed that
like,
was it was inflamed. And when it inflamed around the joint, that's what was causing all that pain, right? Because it's like, it's pressure.
It's pressure.
Exactly. But I was wheelchairing. I had a hotel room in the hospital, right? I had a week long stay in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
And I wheelchaired literally from the bed to the bathroom. It was in the room because I couldn't they had to push me.
Bro.
You know how they in the hospital, right? They're checking your heart and everything. They're listening all the time, right? When they went to do the back, so I don't ever know why, but when they put the thing stethoscope on your back, the nurse had to push me forward because I was like I was in so much pain. I'm like, you have to push me. I'm not like, there's no way.
I can't do it. My body's not letting me.
But the most I remember is I just didn't eat. But the whole loss of taste and loss of smell just, it's crazy to me that takes over like that.
Ugh, I'm good.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I've yet to
your
have
chicken
it,
and rice.
I don't
Your
wanna
chicken and
think
rice
about it.
won't taste like anything.
I mean, honestly, when I go back to my normal chicken and rice, I don't think I would need to taste it because it would just be memory.
Like, this is what chicken and rice tastes like.
Right.
Honestly, I don't think I would notice if I went, and I wasn't making all these weird meals that I've been making lately and just stuck to my normal chicken and rice. I don't even think I would notice because I eat it so fast and it's just white rice, plain chicken and rice. Jeez.
Crazy.
My brain would be like, nom, 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 nom.
Yeah, that's what that tastes like. I couldn't imagine. Yeah, it's not one of those things that like overly scares me. So, but at the same time, it's not something I want to dabble in, right? I don't want to come home sick. I don't want my kids sick. I don't want my wife sick. Like, it'll just be more stress and strain on all of us to have that. Because, I mean, you guys both have, Black, yours are still young, but CK, you have older ones now, but at least they can tell you when they're not feeling well, right?
Yeah.
Like a newborn,
And,
it's like, oh my God, how do you do anything?
They don't feel well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like, my daughter's always like, I don't feel so good.
Give me ice cream.
Yeah.
My daughter is.
Num, num, num.
Yeah, we got really, we got really lucky this time with COVID. Because my kids were at my parents' house that one weekend. My dad calls me Monday at work. It was like, hey, I tested positive. I need to get the kids tested. I was like, okay. So I fully expected my daughter to test positive because for like that whole previous week, she had missed like 3 days of school, talking about she didn't feel good. She didn't feel good. She always does this, like she'll be acting fine during the night and everything like that. And when it's time to get up for school, she don't feel good. So I didn't think nothing of it until my dad called and said he had tested positive. So I was like, oh crap, she was probably telling the truth. So we go get tested and it's my son who tested positive, who's not having any symptoms, feels fine.
Asymptomatic to the fullest.
Yeah, he felt fine. So like we were waiting for the test results. We went to rapid tests and they were taking a little bit. And I was like, I bet one of y'all tested positive. And she came out about 5 minutes after that and was like, Cooper tested positive. We were like, okay, has no symptoms. And he really didn't get symptoms probably for another 3 or 4 days. He started running a fever and had a cough. That was about the extent that he got. He felt bad for like 1 or 2 days, and other than that, he was fine for his whole 2 weeks, for the last 2 weeks that he's had it. And my daughter tested positive. She hadn't had hardly any symptoms. They were both running low grade fevers. That was the extent, and had a little bit of a cough, but everybody was fine. I did work. He's quit now, but a guy at work last month, he tested positive, and he's been in the hospital ever since on a respirator, and he's not doing well at all.
Damn, bro.
And
I don't know anything out of that, but that's rough, man.
Yeah, that scared me. So I was like, at the beginning, I wasn't going to get the vaccine. I was like, you know what? Let's wait. I'd like to see some more research on it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's where I stand. But like I got a call the other day, and you just reminded me of it. I got a call the other day, and I was just chatting with Jason, an old boss of mine when I started with the company, and he was like, "Hey, you remember this old truck driver?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You remember this driver too?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "They come down with COVID at the same time they passed away." And I was like,
Holy.
and I knew one of them had a heart condition, so like that was already a bad. And like I didn't know these guys, like you know Caesar. I just knew them in passing at work, you know, and but the other one was 39 years old, fit as a fiddle, and
yeah.
it's like, damn.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, he had 20 years on the other guy. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, you don't really understand it until you actually are around somebody, you know, that goes through
Watch
some of
that
the stuff.
coughing. Motherfucker. Don't cough in that mic. You'll send it all over this way.
Yeah. I mean, with the state of the news anyway, you know, you're not really sure what to believe, what's news, what, you know, all this and all that. So
Sure.
until you actually experience it yourself, you can't really get a true understanding of what it actually is.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, I got the vaccine because, I mean, my wife was pregnant during this year.
Our doctor pushed that too.
And my son is 19 months old, right? I got them for that reason. I would also have gotten the vaccine if I was somebody who had to go into work all the time. But because I've been able to like be at home, I would have just done that, right? I just wouldn't have seen anybody. I would have seen everybody virtually. It would have been fine.
Right.
But because my wife was pregnant, going to doctor's appointments, my son is 19 months. We have to go every 3 to 6 months with him. You know, you got to do that. And Bubbles said Swerve got it for the same reason. Yeah, that's that's why, you know, just because that was happening, and I knew I'd be more exposed than what I would have felt comfortable doing, and I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I have a regular daytime job.
Yeah.
What do I do? My job title's weird. I do industrial maintenance.
Oh, nice.
My job title is manufacturing engineering.
Nice.
But I program welding robots is what I do. It's my specialty.
That's dope. What is the company manufacturing, like main thing?
We build the semi-trailer suspensions. So like you're driving down the highway and those back 8 tires on a semi-trailer,
Yep.
they can move up and down that trailer.
Wow.
It's a slider box is what we call it, but it's just a suspension. It will slide up and down depending on the weight of the trailer, what's in it. So we fabricate the weight distribution box for it, and then we send it to a sister plant who actually assembles it.
That's awesome.
And the factory I used to work at is right down the street. They if anybody that drives or sees an F-150, the frames get built right here next to me.
Nice.
Oh wow.
100%. And we just announced in the news the other day that Ford just invested like billions of dollars to build a new super factory here in our town. That's going to be a battery plant, the first in the U.S.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's supposed to have like 5,000 jobs on day one, not including, you know, the economic benefits it's going to provide with it.
That's awesome.
Definitely a lot, and in my field anyway. Definitely a lot going on. Kentucky's been a big automotive supplier for the bigger automotive companies. You know, the big 3. You know, Ford, Chrysler, and all them.
Sure.
And now those big companies are coming out of Detroit to Kentucky now. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We're not going to, as our governor calls it, we're not going to be a flyover state anymore.
Yeah, I think between Kentucky and Tennessee, I think that's on my list of like going, and I want to camp in those areas, right? Like I want to go down and I want to camp at some point. Also up in the New England area, right? I want to go up to Maine and New Hampshire and that kind of thing and camp up there. But I think Kentucky and Tennessee are definitely on my list I've been to Tennessee once, Grand Ole Opry. I think it was during my 13th birthday. It was a fun time. It was my mom had a conference and we just went and made it a vacation, which is cool. But yeah, I think those Kentucky, Tennessee area, it's nice wooded, most of it mountainous, right? It's kind of cool looking.
I'll tell you, a great place to go camping is right there in my hometown, West Virginia. You got the New River Gorge, and the pictures of the bridge. Whenever you see a picture of West Virginia, it's a bridge. That's where I live.
Nice.
And that is actually the world's largest arc bridge.
Okay.
It's so long that you can't tell that it's got an arch in it, but it's considered an arc bridge.
Nice. Yeah, it's I feel like West Virginia feels too much like my backyard, you know?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like it's like I'm right there.
Right.
So I see Stone Mountain hat, right?
Yeah.
Mountaineer boy.
Mm-hmm.
What's if you had to pick one mainline streamer? I know Black's is Tim, right? I know his favorite's Tim. Who's your favorite? I call it mainline just because, like, I don't know how you, like, somebody that most people know who it is, right?
Yeah. So I'm stuck between Stone Mountain and Tim.
Okay.
I watch Tim. I always have Tim pulled up on the YouTube up here. And I've usually on my other monitor, I've got Stone Mountain pulled up on Facebook. And Stone Mountain is the first big streamer I ever watched. When I was getting back into gaming as like I am now, he was the first one I noticed, and he's one of the reasons why I got into streaming. Because he's got that pipeline little company that they use. So I was, investing a lot of time in that and just learning and everything like that. Sure. So if I had to pick, I'd say Stone Mountain.
It seems like it. So I've only seen Stone Mountain because he pops up all the time on my Facebook, right? As I'm like,
he is the reason for Facebook gaming, like
right. Until Black gets his foot in the door, right?
Right.
so with Stone Mountain, right? I see him more of a teacher, right? Like I see him try to do more like, this is what's going on in Warzone versus like Tim's trying to make content, right? He's trying to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Or Stone Mountain's trying to like teach people about Warzone. That's like I notice all the time, right?
And that's when I first started playing Warzone. I would watch Stone Mountain because he would play a lot of the solo matches and he would just talk you through everything he was doing.
Yeah. I've seen that. The one funny clip is it's the one where I think he gets run over, but then has self-revive, and then it starts to push him backwards.
It pushes him,
and then he gets up and he kills that guy, and then somebody like snipes him immediately. And it was like he's like ups and down, his roller coaster of Warzone.
Yeah,
it's funny.
I'll tell you another little like clips like that. If the guy would keep up with him, I hope he does. Is what'd you name it? The Thoughts of a Bad Gamer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Black.
Oh, my validation series.
His validation series.
Yeah, I love that. I have so much fun with that.
I absolutely love that. The first
forever to edit, but they're fun.
I mean, I'm in tears the entire time watching that.
Yeah, if you go to my Facebook page now, I have an entire series block of like my horror streams, my loadout videos, my validation series, and I got like my family, everything. It's so good, man.
I love it. He says, "Oh shit, this guy let me live. What a dummy."
Yeah. You just gotta keep up on it, it's hard, right?
Oh, it is so hard. I tried to dabble in video editing, and I'm just, it's so hard for me.
It has to be something that like I do immediately. Like it has to be something that comes to me, I do it immediately, and I move on from it.
Right.
Otherwise, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't have that amount of time to invest in it. What's he got? Why are you showing me your tier 1?
Oh, I was just letting you know. I'm coming for my new hat. Honestly,
November 1st. What's it say?
It says thank you for your renewal.
Yeah,
Because
you
I'm
were on
not
stream.
gifted subs anymore.
You were on stream the other day.
Yeah, I was just letting you know.
Yeah, I thanked you literally yesterday, I think.
I mean, I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
I just got the email for it.
Well, you
know,
got to, yeah, you got to get the 12 months, man, of 2022 for the new hat.
Yeah, he's sitting there talking to his chat, and he's like, "Oh, but Black, don't worry, I'll send you a hat." And I'm like, "I'll earn it honest." Now that you pointed out, fucking douche.
Well, listen, if it's
listen,
if the chat votes for a chicken, then Kenny
I'll
gets
get
the
a
hat.
chicken.
No, then Kenny gets the hat, and you'll have to earn the hat because Kenny drew the chicken. You know what I mean?
Dude, that chicken's good though.
I know. So if the chat votes for the chicken, then Kenny gets the free hat.
I love that chicken, bro.
If somebody votes for like an emote, then I'll have to see what's going on between you and Katie. If words are involved or not. But so I was mentioning CK was down to like the final 4 or 5 in the giveaway the other day on the 30th that I had. I don't know if you were you still around, CK, when it was down to that?
Probably not. I was probably streaming.
Yeah. I think you probably missed it. You were down to like the final 4 or 5. It was a close race. It's been fun doing those. I love doing them.
Is that the one Neo won?
Neo won. I sent you the screenshot, Neo, or the
Did he
video.
actually accept it?
Yeah, he sent me his address.
I think
I have his address. He didn't want to give you your address. He doesn't trust
I'm about
you.
to say he won mice from me and didn't want them. Like really expensive.
Maybe
mice.
he's older now, Black. Maybe he's allowed. Neo, if you're out there, listen. Hopefully you didn't send it to some random address, okay, Neo? I'll send it to somebody really,
You got a random address, and I'll give you mine.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was good. Hey, Black, Swerve had 40 or 42, 160 some entries.
Yeah.
He had 5 of the last 9. 5 of the last 9.
You talking about getting wiped out,
and
bro.
he lost at I think he lost at 4. Like he took 4th place. So all 5 of them went back to back to back to back until somebody else went, and then his last one went. It's crazy.
That's how it goes.
I was like crying for Swerve because it was but no, those giveaways are fun. I like them, and I know CK was after the Caesar RE hat, so that's why I mentioned the Stone Mountain hat.
I say we, but Dad Bought Cav just did their PlayStation 5 giveaway last week.
That's the second one,
that
right?
Was a lot of fun.
Or was that
was the first one.
That was the first one. Okay.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, they're getting ready to do a computer, right? PC, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know if they've announced it yet or not, but
oops.
I think that's what they were doing.
And Chaos said, CK, the hat is impossible to win because Chaos has been trying for months.
If it's months, define months and then add whatever you need to get 12.
Yeah.
Instant win.
CK, he went 6 months right off the get-go. Black.
Yeah.
He was smart. He made it so he didn't have to remember. He just said 6 months. And that's out the door, Yeah,
I'm terrible with monthly stuff. Like I gotta
The Prime subs are the challenge. I just had somebody this month earn all 12 Prime subs, Black. He remembered every single month 12 Prime subs.
Who?
Nice.
Ethan from kid from Boston.
Oh, nice.
Young kid. Yeah. He remembered all 12 months. The last month was the 30th. I did send him a DM reminding him. I was like, hey, just get it in before 6 p.m. because I want to be true to people who are missing a month. Like, I don't want to I want you to get it. You've done all this work. I know it's the last day of the month because he had to, the way he had it, it was going to expire on the 30th, right?
Oh, that sucks.
So he had to do it on that day. But he remembered every month.
Neo's still my prime.
Longest, yeah.
Yeah. He's not the
brags about
longest.
all the
He's
time.
just my prime guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Vibe renews year at a time.
Wait, I didn't think it was an option.
No, Vibe just renewed for 12 months, and so did Kubota right when I switched.
Oh, shit. Damn. That has to be, can they not cancel it?
I don't know. I think the only way for me to cancel it is for me to give up my affiliation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then they get like a back pay or a reimbursement of sorts of some kind. I don't know.
Yeah, which makes sense.
I'm having a lot of fun on Twitch right now. I just going on like my 3rd week, and
yeah, I told CK, so he got affiliate, and then I see him on both, and I'm like, hey,
yeah,
you can't do that.
I didn't realize, I forgot to turn it off.
Can't do that on either.
I was like, you can't do that.
Yeah, I forgot to turn it off because when I click go live on Streamlabs, it's automatically multi streams. So I forgot to turn it off. I think my plan is to stream to both, not at the same time, obviously, but I'm going to find a couple of certain games that I play a lot and do on one platform, and then like another main on another, and with some random stuff or something like that.
That's a good idea.
I'm dabbling a little bit. I'm trying to find it because I got a certain Warzone's my biggest viewership right now.
Yeah, you find what people like
on both platforms, but
you find like what people like and what they like you playing, and you either go with that or you go what you like playing, and you find new people, right?
Right.
Like Black used to play Fortnite. He probably could have a lot of viewers playing Fortnite. At least he did on Twitch.
I tested that theory a month into Facebook. And I played Fortnite and I had the same numbers, but they were a completely different set of people.
But they were new, it's still new. Yeah, you find it. It's interesting. I like playing Fortnite. So it helped, and I don't mind talking to, and I like shaping young adults. I'll say that. So I like dealing with the immaturity, right? Like I like trying to tell people, hey, that's not kosher, like let's clean this up a little bit. People will like you more if you just aren't a. Wait, he just left the room. He just didn't want to be in the conversation anymore. Black, why do you think you co-host with me every week? Can't find anybody more immature than you, buddy. I know you can still hear me. You'll be back at some point.
I know, like whenever like you raid me or something like that, or I know some of your community members are watching me. Like I kind of not really tone down, but I do a little bit of what I say because I know you have a younger audience.
If they're watching me, they're getting everything. They're getting everything from raging to cursing to, like the only thing is like I'll play with some people and I'll have to tell them like, yo, chill a little bit, right? And on like a sexual innuendo, that makes me feel uncomfortable with my audience, right?
I was getting at because I got some friends that I play with that are are like that. So
I mean, I like making those jokes, you know what I mean? Like I like doing that, but it's like at sometimes, I don't want to mold the mind inappropriately, right? Like
I agree.
Like I want to mold in a sense of like what's okay and what's kosher, but I don't want to.
So like, I did like those 3, 4, or 5 streams on Twitch consecutively.
Sure.
At the end of last month, I was testing my audience if I come back, and I tripled my viewership that I have on Facebook. Easy.
Yeah, everybody sees you come back. They get the notification. They're like, "Wait, he's over here."
Yeah, and I was talking to him, and I'm like, things changed a little. I got a little more structured. I got, I got my mind where I want it, and for my content. And some people disagreed, oddly, and I seen a dip in followers, like slightly. I was like, that's kind of weird. But, I told him, I was like, my content's always been based around my family. Now it's just easier for you guys to see that. And, Facebook gives me that ability, blah, 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 blah. And, dude, I had so many haters on my TikTok. It was ridiculous. Like, they would leave my Twitch, go to my TikTok, and, like, address something I said. Oh, it's terrible. Like, this is such bullshit, man.
I legit have people call me out when I start to lecture on my stream. Like they'll call me out. Like I'm saying like I'm talking to some kids. Like what happened? Like we're going down the wrong path, either in a creative game or just in chat or whatever. And I go into like lecture mode of like, hey, this is my space. Like I'm usually lax on things, but I draw a line at times, and I go into a lecture mode, and then people give me shit for going into lecture mode. But it's like, this is my space. I don't need that. This is as much as I love being here.
That last night.
Well, as much as I love being here to talk to the people who are here, right?
Yeah.
I also use it for my own personal like well-being, right? My own enjoyment. So I don't want to like that to ruin. I do it to Hoy. If Hoy's probably in your chat right now instead of mine, right?
100%.
Yeah, 100%. I do it to
100%.
Hoy all the time. I'm like, dude, like we need to just and I know I do it to him too. Like I bother the shit out of him as well. So it's back and forth. But I get you, CK. It's like
No,
I like the younger crowd. Like they're friendly. It's just
what's up, Headshot?
I do have to like keep in mind that sometimes they're younger, and I don't want to like.
There's nothing wrong with keeping.
Listen, everything's marked mature though. You know, when you join, it's marked mature, so you're gonna get some things that you should probably not be there for. But if people like, and the thing is, what I've noticed, and I don't know how Black, you've had some people who come in, you've been playing with every once in a while. Some people who are normally watching, but you start playing with. A lot of time I find myself lately, I get a lot of kids wanting to queue up and play, and I'm more than willing to do that because my original Fortnite crew isn't around, right? So I'm willing to jump around. Hoy's pretty much right now the only one who has a set spot. Dustin's working his way back into a set spot because he had one before. I
don't know. I just.
But as long as people understand
I like
that
my solo queues, and I have no problem doing my solo queues.
And
so
when
I have no problem doing that. And everyone knows, like when I start my stream, I'm solo queued unless someone's already in my ear.
Sure.
Like everyone knows that. And then like I don't know, 3 or 4 games in, I'm like, all right, who wants to play? Whoever fills the lobby, let's go.
So it was a test. It was a test last night to see what my stream would do.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't know what would happen. So last night I was watching a Penn State game, right? So I was watching a football game, and I've done that now a couple times. I just have it up on my TV, but you can barely make out the TV. You can obviously hear the sound. So if somebody wants to say something about it, they probably could. But I'm just like watching a game and I'm chatting with chat, right? During halftime, at the end of the game, I can only play like 1 or 2 games in there. Yeah. And it just so happened that we filled the lobby with like old man, boy, and like I had the lobby filled, and I just asked the guys, hey, are you willing to just watch us play a squad game and then we'll play some creative? And they were like, yeah. I'm like, okay. That was a test of kids. Like, because like a lot of the time they just want somebody to play with, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of watch, they want to play with somebody, and that's okay if I don't have a squad. But if I have a squad, I mean, I can't really make that happen. But
I know the feeling. I know you all are in the Girl Scouts Discord, so that thing is blowing up right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it is absolutely blowing up right now, and
I liked it better when there was it was very simple Discord, right, Black? When it was a simple Discord.
I
know. You said it last week. I know.
I like the direction it's going. I do miss what's the word? Simplicity of it.
Simplicity. Yeah.
I'm about to make another one and only have like 8 people in it.
So yeah, I'm helping out with those guys, and on Fridays we're trying to play with new members. Sure. is what we're doing, and just trying to keep up with everybody that's wanting to play, trying to get in with them, get into a little squad, and then you're going the next thing, spend an hour or two and you got people waiting. I just know Friday I had a lot of fun playing with the guys and talking to a lot of the new guys in the community and everything like that. It's just like, wow, I think we're going to need to do this either more than one day or just kind of put a limit on how many we do a day or something like that.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys, to be honest, because I've thought about this lately. I pretty much will let anybody in. If you rub me wrong, then it's gonna be a different story, right? If you're,
I never invite you again.
Yeah, it's fine. If you want to watch, fine. If you want to, but just, don't be a dick, right? Come in,
right?
Be cool, be chill. Don't like have your microphone blaring music. Don't do something like that. But like, honestly, I thought about this. I like doing that. I like playing. I do find people I like playing more with, right? Not to like make anybody feel lesser or more.
Chemistry.
But that's, you get the chemistry of how you play. And hey, can you put up with me yelling? Because that happens often, right, Black? Like, can you put up with that? And how do you entertain it? But when you see the bigger guys, right? They're not playing with their viewers.
No.
They can't, because they would never be able to fit everybody in. They'd always be.
No, every once in a while you'll catch them like, hey, this guy. And then it's like twice a month, maybe.
Well, every once in a while you'll see them play random fills. Actually.
Yeah, fills.
They'll do fills.
That's how they normally find it.
They'll do fills. But most of the time it's playing with their set people, or it's playing by themselves, or it's playing fills. Not often does somebody, I mean, there's people who've been streaming and they've been subbed to them for 3-4 years and they still don't play with those people, right? At what point does that matter, right? Like me being small, I don't mind playing with anybody. But if I ever got to a place, I don't know, it's not my goal. Black knows this. It's not my goal. But if it ever actually happened, I'm not going to be one to turn it down, right?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
If that ever happened, how do you because you're still, now you're entertaining for a bigger and bigger audience. But I don't want to turn into somebody I'm not. Like, I like playing with these people, but as the audience gets bigger, you can't possibly make everybody happy. So do you just like keep a queue going all the time and it's your day? Like, it's crazy, right?
No. That's why so many content creators also do custom lobbies. You know,
I would do that 100%. I would do
that.
100%. I would do that.
Fortnite does it all the time.
I would do that 100%.
That aside, you know, that's why they're so into their community with other forms of entertainment. You know, they're always responding to their comments, maybe on Twitter. Take Dr. Disrespect for an example. He is very active on his Twitter. Extremely active. He's always retweeting fans. You know, he's commenting on their stuff. He's liking, you know, whether it's him or some fucking guy named Pablo in a fucking closet. I don't know. But it's someone.
Somebody's
you know
responding.
I mean? Yeah, and that right there is why Doc is one of the best entertainers in the esports. Okay.
Absolutely. 100%.
And then, you know, like Nick Merckx with his M-Fan barbecue, he was like, I need to do this again. This is the only way I can talk to everyone. He's like, this is it. I'm doing this every year.
Yeah, what do you have? Like 10,000 people show up?
Yeah.
And I think they had to turn some people away.
Yeah.
How much did he?
500,000.
Last I heard was like over 300,000 of his personal money.
$500,000 to do that barbecue. That did not count.
Oh no, he said next year it's going to have to be $1 million.
Yeah.
Right. He said that because he has to get bigger and bigger. But I was going to say, how much does he have to? I mean, those guys are his friends, but they're also in the business to make money, right? Yeah. It's like that's their job. How much did he pay those other guys for showing up, right? Because they were all there.
You know, Tim's not doing it. You know, Tim would just go there. So would Cloaksy. They're all friends.
The friend part is fine, but you are, I
seen Tfue there, and I was like,
yeah, that was interesting, right? That was interesting.
Wait.
But
I was waiting for Nade Shot to show up.
That would have been,
dude. Them guys.
My thing is more like they're still. It's not you're hanging out with your boys at that point, right?
No, it's not.
You were going through line after line, like you were shaking hands, kissing babies, kind of thing, right? For hours in the heat.
Dude, okay, so Cloaksy said on his stream, he was like, yeah, I was at the barbecue. It was a ton of fun. He's like, you know, me and Nick sat down. We started drinking beers. You know, I seen Nick crack his beer. He said, I seen Nick crack his beer, and then he looked left, he looked right. Nick was gone. He's like, that's all I seen Nick the entire night. Yeah. That's what Cloaksy said.
Where was he?
I don't know.
Just out meet and greet.
Yeah. He was like, he's gone.
You're saying at the start of it or at the end of it? You're saying
that's just what he said on his stream, because everyone was asking him, you know, how was the barbecue and how was Nick and this, and he was like, honestly, I didn't see Nick for like 2 minutes.
I mean,
speaking of them guys, I bet Cloaksy signs with Complexity.
With Complexity,
I was really upset to see Tim sign with anyone, but he's Cowboys, man.
Wait, he signed with somebody?
Complexity.
And what is Complexity?
They're like one of the oldest esports organizations.
And then the guy that owns them owns the Dallas Cowboys.
Wait, it's Jerry Jones? He's the owner?
Yeah.
He's the owner of the esports team?
Yep.
And now he has a co-ownership with Tim the Tatman.
Yep.
You can't be disappointed in Tim for that. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Do you understand how rich that guy is?
Oh, I'm just
Jerry
saying,
Jones. I know you don't follow football, Black, but that man is rich.
I understand.
Okay, it's like a joke about how rich that man is.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying, Tim's someone I idolize because he's never done anything with like a team or like.
He switched to YouTube. He made a lot of money that way too.
And but he
once you open
stated,
one, but once you open one gate, you start opening, because, and it's not that his morals have changed because he's the same guy. Like nothing has changed there. But once you open that gate and realize that nobody's going to give you shit for it, or I mean, real people aren't going to give you shit for it. There are going to be people who give you shit for it, right? I personally
I'm not giving him shit. So the thing I would like to say me as long as possible, and then get to where. Let's just use Tim as an example. You get to that part in your whole like career. You're not peaked, but if you take these extra steps, you're securing your future. Period.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That's when I would be like, okay, now's the time. I'm almost ready to retire. I'm gonna do my 10 years or whatever his contract is, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I've made so much money I could bathe in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Black, your favorite past guest is in the chat.
I don't know who that is.
Your love interest is in the chat.
I don't know who that is.
Boogie?
No. Marty's in the chat. Oversoul's in the chat. The man with the jawline. Man with the jawline.
Dude, some bitch got a sharp jaw.
That was the most awkward intro that I've had to deal with, Black.
Wait, his name's Marty?
Yeah.
Is he in my chat?
I don't know. He might have been Marty because remember we talked about the
Is it Marty Joe?
No.
Who is it?
I mean, maybe if Marty, you have your name on Facebook as Joe, but I remember I told him you do giveaways. Anyway, yeah, I was just interested in what you guys thought about like how you could play like that. But I get it. Those guys start holding bigger and bigger get-togethers, right? Like things like that. I keep telling my chat right now, right? Like so I've noticed this. And CK, how long have you actually been streaming now? You said you got back into gaming and whatnot.
I started streaming February, March
this year. So about coming up on 9 months, right?
Yeah.
Like that. I just crossed over 2 years. I'm like 2 years and a month now. Black has been a little bit briefly longer than me. He's been on Twitch since beginning of this year, right? A couple months in.
Yeah.
What I've noticed, and Black, I don't know if you've noticed this. I've noticed this very interesting aspect to my community, right? I've had people who've been around for like over a year. I've been streaming for like 2 and some change. I've had people who've been following for like over a year, close to that 2 years, who I don't see at all, right? Every once in a while, they'll pop in randomly. Then I'll see people who have been following for just over a year, and they're there pretty consistently, but then there's some other ones who pop in randomly. And then another wave came in like maybe 8 months ago, right? And that wave, and now I have another one from like a month ago. But it's very interesting to see these waves of people collide with each other because it's like some people are building like this strong unity right now. And then like you have somebody that popped in like 8 months ago who pops in every once in a while. And it's like you're interacting with a whole new slew of people as it starts to build. It's very interesting to see that. But I keep telling all of them, it's like, I want to see this thing keep growing. And if it ever kept growing to the point that you all are like in here, wouldn't that like be pretty chill, right? Wouldn't that be cool to be like one of the first people to be involved with something at the beginning, right? Like that, that's, yeah, Chaos is waving because Chaos is one of those people who's there all the time.
Chaos is always in my chat.
Dude, they're great. They're great. I don't know how that man
they're always there. That's one thing I can count on is them being there.
I don't know how that man can hear a conversation. Like he must hear, demons in his head all the time, like he must be listening to like, the movies where you hear like all these whispering voices. Like how does he keep track of who's talking where, Crazy. Awesome. What's up, Black? What's the thumbs up? It's just like, that's crazy. I try to pull up. So I try to pull up anybody who's live before I go live. But they're always muted for me because I'm streaming. There's no way I could listen to somebody else's gunfight, right?
Oh, dude, it drives me nuts.
I love trying to do it though. It's like
I do it while I'm streaming my tournaments. Oh, dude, it's so funny. I was gonna bring it up earlier. The tournaments that have been going on.
Yeah, did CKGaming take over yesterday?
Dude,
did the CK crew take over?
Just let me finish. Last night I was so done. If I keep getting people accusing people of hacking, I'm done. I'm so sick of it, dude. Just
I wasn't feeling
bad, bro.
I didn't play last night. I wasn't feeling well, and my partner has COVID, and he's like down in the dumps right now. But I did hear that there was a lot of controversy last night in the tournament. I haven't heard like specifics yet, but I heard that there was.
Were they new people or old people, Black?
Nah, it's still people with PJ and Tyler Day. And then
wait, people are complaining about those. I'm sorry.
Was one new guy, but we banned him quick.
Let me clarify. Are the people being accused new or been around?
They've been in most of the tournaments. But they're the ones that are being accused, and then they're the ones that are always the first to accuse. It's so bad. Yeah, I just told them last night, if they keep doing it, I'm never doing tournaments again.
Has Justin still doing them with you, or just when he can?
Yeah, no, we do it. We do it because I love them tournaments, and I love.
What's your KD cap? What's your KD cap?
It's really low.
Oh, Chaos, you can get in, man. Your KD's not too high. Get in.
Thank you, Katie.
Get in there, Chaos. I'll play with you, buddy. Not really.
It's a lot of fun though.
I don't have the time. I don't have the time these days. I can't do it.
It's a lot of fun though.
Yeah, I mean, how many people have you been getting in those lobbies?
I think we maxed one. We maxed a mini royale. Like,
what's a max?
We before last. It was like 72.
72 teams, 72 people.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. That's awesome.
Yeah. We actually had to move out of it to go to a big royale, and it was like 76. But like we couldn't fit everyone, so we just had to. But
you should just say everybody has. You should have just said everybody has to land inside first circle.
No way.
I mean, you can't police it. You can't police it.
That's why I don't even do rules. That's why I don't even do rules, because I don't fucking care. I just want everyone to come, have a good time. Everyone's KD's below it too. If they're hacking, they suck at hacking. All right? They suck.
They're like, this Black Hack 2K tournament. Checks. Oh, that $100. I get to split $50 each. I'm hacking for this tournament only.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? But like, take it like, you know, like, this is what it's about. You know, I put up my own money so that I can spend time with my community on those days.
Yeah, you don't even get to play. You don't even get to play.
No, I don't.
He's lying, guys. He's lying. He literally comes over and says hi to me while that's going on.
And then, you know, I spectate all, you know, anyone who's streaming it, I ask them to stream it, put their link in, I hop in. You know, I got like 20 people up sometimes. You know, like I'm spending time with them. That's my day. You know, this is my chill. Let's have a good time. And then sometimes, you know, like last night, I stay on a little later and I'll play a couple games with like, you know, a team or two or whatever. So I stayed on last night and I played with, you know, Too Cold and Psycho, you know, like for 2 a.m. And, you know, it was just a good time. And, you know, the accusations, they just get so old. And it's just like, you start setting rules and then everyone's getting all pissy because no one's following the rules. And it's like, I can only control so much, guys. Like,
yeah. Hey, Chaos.
Just follow the fucking rules and shut your mouth.
Chaos, the tournaments were on Saturdays, but as you can hear, you're hearing it here first.
No,
they're done.
Still going
RIP to the tournaments.
They're still going on.
Yeah, he runs them every Saturday. What time do they normally start?
8 p.m. Central Standard.
8 p.m. Central, so 9 p.m. Eastern, Cass, or anybody else who's interested in joining.
And it's either duos or trios. I haven't decided yet. Everyone likes the trios.
Oh, Black Hack 2K on Facebook for more details, or TikTok. Do you post what you're having each week, or do you like?
Yeah, I have like a registry that people can go through because like Facebook has tournament brackets you can set up.
There you go. There you go, chat. I I should tell my buddies who play Warzone all the time just to do that on Saturday nights.
Backpack.
I know.
Backpack.
I know. I bring a lot of people with me to the Blacks tournaments.
Yeah.
All the guys have a lot of fun doing
You
it.
bring the hackers.
Yeah, it's the only people that get accused of hacking, and the only people that are accusing people.
PJ's my buddy. We've known each other since we were young kids. Yeah,
It got bad last night. I told everyone last night on stream, I was like, if you don't stop, I'm just ending it. No one wins. I'm done. I was to that point last night. I haven't been that way since I done customs in Fortnite 2 years ago. Oh my god.
Yeah, the problem with the custom, like you would do heal offs, right?
I love those.
It was great if you could get rid of the weapons.
Yeah,
if you could actually get rid of the weapons, if you could modify the map, which maybe in the future you will, right? The sandbox is supposed to be coming, right? If you can do that, then that makes it even better because now you can play it and like make that an actual map. It's the real map, but you remove all the things that make accusations.
I would love
they go away. Yeah, I'm slowly making that push for 1,000. I really want to be able to do that. I really want to be able to.
I would love it.
If we get to a certain
we were just
point.
talking about that last night. If I could get rid of ground loot, I'd be in heaven.
I know everybody on my side, they're wanting me to start hosting a weekly tournament.
They're fun, dude.
I like playing them. I don't know if I could host one, but
yeah, you want to be able to play.
Every time I post anything about it on Facebook, I don't get any feedback, so I haven't done it yet. But they're always in my messenger, like all my personal friends. They're always like, "Man, you should do one. You should do one."
They're a lot of fun.
Oh, if I do custom lobbies at any point, I'm playing. I'm not hosting. I'm playing. It'll just be a way to be able to host with a bunch of people, you know?
So what I've kind of got from them and what I'm kind of thinking about doing, I just don't know when I'll do it, is kind of doing like a season thing. Everybody put up, 10, 15, 20 some dollars or whatever, and go through like 5 or 6 weeks of tournaments and get placement points and stuff like that. And then when the so-called season is over, that's when we declare a winner.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh, that's a great one.
You could try to do it, like break it up and then reward people for like highest KD,
Yeah.
Highest damage average, right, per game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could do it where you have the people who win the matches, but then you also have the people who can just shred, but then, don't play for wins or something. If you're doing something like a season, kind of like you would award like
1 week would be like, most wins, kind of like how Black does his. And then like maybe 1 week we'll do a kill race.
Sure.
And then stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We still got a lot of stuff to figure out about it.
So many people do kill races so differently, but I think the standard way to do a kill race is duo, and you drop in the same squad. Whoever has the most kills at the end of the lobby wins.
2v2.
Yeah. And quads.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do a couple of those. I forget the website that did it. I got it. So I've been playing tournaments. That's what I got. That's one of the reasons I got into streaming as well, was I started playing tournaments with a couple of my friends that had been playing Warzone, with PJ and Tyler. They played in dialedup.com's tournaments every week. And one of the rules for those tournaments back, they've changed it here recently, but you had to stream if you played. So I started streaming, and then I was like, hey, I like this. And then I just started streaming every day from there.
Chat wants to know if you've won any of these tourneys, DK.
I have personally not. Me and my partner have personally not won, but my community has won.
Yep, they won my biggest one.
We've won 2 out of 3, I think.
Yep, I think it was PJ and Tyler won the biggest one.
PJ and Tyler won the first one, and then Alex and Mike won the last weekend. And who won this weekend? I didn't even get to watch. I was laying in bed sick.
This week, it was.
Did you have a winner, or did y'all tie again?
No, we had a winner. Easy winner. They dominated 8 games. They had 2 wins in 3 games, and then by the 8th game, the very last, there was a jailbreak, and they took it home.
Wow.
Yeah. It was intense because they were new. They've never played in the tournaments. You know, they were a duo trio. So they were dropping one man less, but their tactics were insane. Because I was spectating them as much as I could. I had their stream up. It was some of they just wouldn't shut up when it come to comms. And it was immaculate. And they both played with a Sarkov. And to see this guy playing the way he was with a Sarkov pistol was the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Damn.
I'm gonna run a Sarkov. That was insane. Like, just his ladder play was insane. No one could take him. It was insane. And then once that guy had that lighthouse in Rebirth, the other guy just sat on top of prison and was just watching the two doors. And then the other guy give him comms 360. And then anytime he needed support, you know, the guy would just wall bang a couple, you know, try to maybe get a hit marker. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, they never hit a hit. And, you know, his buddies just wall banging the door anytime they thought someone was in there. And, dude, he whips around one time. His heartbeat goes off and he looks straight up. Guy dropped in on him from the window, bro. It was so bad. Took his ass out. Didn't hear a thing. Oh, he was like, oh, shit.
Damn.
It's wild, dude.
And then you got accused for hacking.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah, when I woke up this morning, I messaged we have a big group chat over here, and I messaged the guys and was like, how'd it go last night? And that's everything. And the first 10 responses was Cronus. So I was like, okay.
I don't know. I had one guy go, man, I can't believe I come home for this. And I was like, I don't care. You're the one that did whatever you did and come here. You know, we check everyone. You know, we check
you
the
do as
account
much
history.
as you can. Yeah.
There's nothing I can do. You know, the one guy that was getting the most accusations had a new account. It was like a month and a half old. But dude, he had like 2 wins. KD was like 1-3, which is like not even close to the mid-range of the lobby. And you know, he placed like 3rd a lot, 25th a lot, 70th fuck done.
Yeah.
Like, this guy was not hacking. He's just bad. But he was good. You know, he got lucky.
Yeah, I know a lot of my guys, they're borderline 2. A lot of them are getting really close to hitting that 2.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to throw a couple games.
That's what I tell people too. Drop in a couple 100 games, die. You'll be in the tourney in no time.
Yeah.
I was excited when I hit my 1 KD because when I first started, Warzone was the first battle royale I've ever played. And so I had like a 0.5 KD for a long time. And then once I finally started kind of taking it a little serious, taking my KD serious, I jumped up to a 1.
Yeah, there's no shot I'm ever playing in that ever. People chilling around too. Not my cup of tea.
I tell you what, if Hack does another trio, me and Bubs need a 3rd. You can come play with
Chaos,
us.
you hear that? CK needs one.
And we always have people that are looking for teams when they load in. Like, I make a post the day of, and I'm like, hey, get your trio ready. If you don't have one, comment below. And like, people do. Like, hey, looking for a trio. Like, Hardcore was looking for one. Hardcore plays with people he's never played with before.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why I like the way I do the tournaments, because like everyone gets to play how they want. If they want to slay the whole fucking lobby, they can. If they want to camp, God forbid, but they do it.
Oh, I can't.
You know?
I can't set up shop.
But hey, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. You know,
If you're playing for a win, you almost have to camp. That's that game that me and Bubs won last weekend. I told him, I said, man, I'm dropping right here where I think the circle's going to end, and I'm not moving. I'm going to set up a freaking Walmart, a town center. You all come over, register to get your driver's license, everything.
COVID shots. Come on in for the COVID shots.
I will check you out later. Just come on. I told Mike, I said, I'm sitting right here. I'm not moving. And we won that game. It was the most boring game of Warzone I have ever played. Like, I've got the
get your milk and bread. Get your milk and bread. And
I'm over here talking to chat, not even paying attention to the game until like the final circle.
Crazy.
I had 1 kill. That entire game. It was the very last kill.
All right.
Hey, he only wants wins are all that matter, right?
That's it. But I've had people win with like 17 kills and there was only 40 people in the lobby.
Sure.
Like, I'm finding that.
Sure.
But there was an obvious cheater this weekend. He only loaded in one game, and he hopped in me and Justin's lobby, because we had the ground die, just spectate random and through all the streams. And then we realized too late, because if I catch it in pregame, I reset the lobby. But we caught it too late, and then I was like, KD, check him because he's new. He had Chinese letters. I was like, I don't even know how to KD check someone like that. And he goes through and he's like, oh, he's a 1.48. And I'm like, okay, how old is the account? And he was like, it looks pretty old. And what had happened is he bought his account because I don't think he realized we could hear him in our fucking ear in game chat. He goes, man, I can't fucking figure out my keybinds. He has diamond on all his guns. You know your fucking keybinds if you run a diamond.
Yeah, no shit.
Dude, so we watch him a little more. We're just watching a lot. And then dude snaps on Tyler's head so fucking fast through a wall. Like, and we're seeing him in real time. We're not seeing a kill cam. You know what I mean? Because like kill cams have a little latency. And dude, it was just the dumbest shit I've ever seen. And then Blanco come up, finished him. Because Tyler done a lot of damage. And then Blanco just come in, wiped him out. And then, we banned him. Because he was on our team and he couldn't come back because we were both dead. So as soon as we got back in the lobby, we just banned him. So the only person he killed was Tyler Day, and no one seemed to complain. So I just left it alone. And I think that was the match they placed second in. So it didn't even affect them. So yeah. It was a good game though. That was an intense game because it ended and started in downtown.
That's my map right there.
It was, dude. I love downtown.
I haven't played Warzone in. Is the season over yet?
It's getting ready to.
Almost. I think Thursday the new season comes out. It's gonna be the last. Last season
I should probably load it up. I didn't get through any of my levels.
It's called something.
I said screw it.
It's Haunting. They're doing a Halloween theme season.
Yeah, and it's the last before they switch to Vanguard.
I don't even have enough COD points to get the next battle pass like I normally earn that. I just haven't done it.
The best part is there was this glitch going around. Okay, with Vanguard beta, if you bought it and installed it and played the beta, well, there was this glitch that it was messing with people's battle nets in the beta because you have to switch between beta, Vanguard, and install. I got banned apparently.
I saw that.
Yeah, I got the email. Everything went through it, and I was like freaking out because I'm like, I got the name.
Actually,
but, like,
I was in your chat that day.
You might have been.
You were supposed to play with Riley.
Yeah.
And you were gonna load in. Yeah, I was in the chat that day.
It was so scary, bro. I was like, I'm not. I promise. Like, and the email said exploiting, and I was like, it's not even aimbot. Like,
yeah. You know what? I just needed like an XP. Same thing's happening right now with Fortnite. Like, I can't level up my account right now, and it's bothering the shit out of me. Like, there's just not enough XP in these games right now, and they're going back to making it for people who can play it, 8 hours a day, and I just can't. I can't play it for 8 hours a day. I can play it for an hour.
This is the furthest I've ever leveled up a Warzone account. Period.
You should have started playing on mine.
I'm level 223 or 233.
I needed to be at 100, dude. I think I made like 40.
Yeah, I'm up there too, where I've been off work for the last 2 weeks.
I've never been this high on Warzone ever.
I hit the Prestige Master and everything.
Yeah, me too. I was like
a week and a half ago. I started playing Cold War, started getting all my camos unlocked and everything.
Yep, that's what I've been starting to work on off stream.
That was until New World released, and then I've been grinding the hell out of that.
I have never played games off stream until I met Dom and them. Yeah, because like I'll sit and I'll play a couple games with Dom at when I'm winding down, my medicine's kicking in at night, and then he'll be like, Chris, I can't understand you, and I'm like, okay, night.
Yeah, I'm bummed. I mean, I'm fine with not being able to get the hours in, but I'm like, why is it taking so long to like level up? Like, why is there no XP in this game right now?
When does Fortnite season in?
It's not till December, so I got time.
Oh yeah, I got time too. Because all
I'm
I did was
level-
load in by the battle pass.
I'm level 52, I think, and the max is 200 again. I'm gonna consider buying the 25 tiers, which I've never done, when I get to level 75. But it's gonna depend. It's gonna depend if they start changing XP or not.
If you wait till the last,
I'm waiting. If I do buy it, it will be at 75.
I think 3 weeks.
What?
You get 50% off tiers
On what? You mean COD?
on Fortnite.
Oh, on Fortnite, I can't wait that long. I need to get tier 200. You can't buy tiers
you're
after
screwed.
100.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
I'm saying to jump from 75 to 100, I might just use my.
Yeah, you're.
I don't know.
best.
I don't like doing that. You know how I stand about like.
I mean, yeah.
I like to earn my stuff, but at
I
this
earned
point,
my
like,
entire COD one this season.
okay, yeah, I don't know if you've ever earned one of your Fortnite
I did.
ones.
I promise. Oh, Fortnite? No.
No, that's what I said. Fortnite. Even the
No.
one you did not buy, you got some XP glitch, so that doesn't even fucking count. Okay.
Dome just said in my chat, he said Hack After Dark is the best games.
Yeah, dude, that's what I have a whole series edited, and I made an entire cover art for it and everything with an intro. And then I sent it to a couple people for review because, like, I do that with my content. I'll send it to a couple people. No, you're not one of those people.
I
You're
used
too
to be.
criticizing.
I used to be. That's
and
what you
then
want. You want the truth.
Yeah, I didn't want to hear the truth on this. Okay, so they sent me back this. Every single one of them said, I don't know if Black After Dark's the best series name I've ever heard. And I got to thinking, and I'm like, why? And then they had to blatantly tell me, and I was like, oh.
Sound like something that comes on Skinamax there at 11 p.m.
I was like,
on the old cable box.
oh my god, I liked it though, because like people that know me get it. It's a joke, but like, I gotta name it something different.
I don't know.
Listen, you chose your name, bro. You chose your name, bro.
I like my name.
It's very good.
But in Ranger panties and aviators.
It's very good, but it causes some controversy from time to time.
I honestly think I would be further than what I am if I had a different name.
Maybe.
I think I would. I know I definitely would on Facebook because I get that comment a lot.
So Domage, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, Domage actually streamed last night on Facebook.
He DM'd me.
BBC.
He DM'd me, and then I was like, I can't find it. For whatever reason, the notification didn't come in. Same thing for you?
I say it every time. I cannot find them on Twitch. I cannot find them on Facebook until I type it in.
Well, I went to their page, and it took me forever to like find even the live
page.
Yeah,
their gaming page is not set up proper.
Hey guys, you hear that? Your Discord might be getting somewhere, but you need to set up your.
Their page is set up proper for what they're doing it for, though.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I just couldn't get the live, right? I couldn't find the live channel. So it took me a while to get in there to see Chris.
Yeah, because a proper channel the icon will light up red, like, and then you just tap it. And it'll take you straight to the live.
He was doing phenomenal.
Yeah, he did great.
Yeah. I was only in there for a hot minute because it was like by the time I found him, I had to get to sleep.
He did great though. And I was talking with him last night and he was like, I don't know how you guys do it. Keeping up with chat and then trying to game and then, taking your focus away to put it over there and then to watch this monitor, that monitor. And I'm like, it's just, you just learn how to do it.
You get used to it.
To be honest, my hardest part is like, I've been playing with Hoy and I always feel bad because Hoy, even though he's not streaming, he talks and we're having a conversation and I'm constantly cutting him off just to not lose my train of thought on chat. I feel bad.
Yeah, that's why I talk to Hoy. So you don't lose that train of thought because you're not only keeping up with chat, you're also keeping up with Hoy.
Right?
Dome said also first time streaming and y'all wanted to see all y'all wanted to see was Ranger panty booty.
Yeah, the Ranger shorts. Bubbles thinks you're gonna name change Black.
I've been contemplating it.
He's contemplating it, Bubbles. We never
But
know.
like the people who know me, like know the names I've tried, and they're against TOS.
Why would you go
And I
against
don't know why.
TOS, bro?
I don't know.
Chaos wants to know how high your monitors are and bets your neck is hurting.
Wait, mine or CK's?
Yours, Black, because you're always looking up at us. 'Cause we're
Well,
on the
my TV. I have you guys here. I'll show you.
Dome said you should change your name to Hacksack.
Completely black screen from Black Hack right now. Now it's a kid video. Now it's camera. Hello. What is... Oh. What else is on the middle screen? That's somebody else's video?
No.
Are you listening to something else?
No.
Like another 3-person podcast?
No.
That was not us. I will say that was not us because guess what? While you were standing, 3 people were in their chairs. Didn't take me long to figure that one out. Now it's us. It was not us.
That's my page.
Caught in 4K. Okay?
Yeah.
Caught in 4K.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, now. Oh, that one right there. Somebody track that down. Zoom in for me. Zoom in, please, everybody. Zoom in. Zoom in, please.
That's Knackers. He's an audio guy, so he's always doing stuff on audio. But
are you listening to him?
No, you guys would hear it.
How would I hear it?
You wouldn't, but chat would.
Chat
Why would I do that?
But you can also actually, that's not true. The soundboard can cut out the certain thing, and you can hear, but the stream can't. I do it all the time.
I'm not doing that.
Saying,
that's too much work. I'm not doing that.
He's been caught in 4K.
Look. Do you see this? I can't change this.
He's scrolling Facebook. He's watching TikTok.
Zero.
Call Miranda in here. He's been watching girls' booty shake for the last hour and a half we've been here. Yeah, he's been watching girls' booty shake. I don't have to
watch it. I can just ask my wife to do it.
Oh my god. You're ridiculous.
But this one, I don't know. Like this monitor is flush with my eye level, like at the brim right here. So I kind of look down when I'm gaming. But this one is probably about 3 inches higher than it. I don't know.
Chaos is asking a lot of questions about your setup right now. Chaos, that is not the time to have a conversation. If you have questions for CK, we will ask the questions.
These are all curved 27 inch.
He's asking what mouse you're using.
This is my game rig.
Or sorry, the camera you're using.
I use a ballistic with glass pads. This is a V2 ballistic.
He wants to know if you're using a Razer Keo.
No, this is a Razer Keo, but this is a Canon EOS M200.
You can ask CK how Kentucky is in his stream right now.
This is a Shure SM7B.
This is getting a little out of hand. This is Black After Dark right now.
These are two
what is going on?
TVs.
Black, you have a question for CK or what, man?
The new dude and all streams done in a tiny ramen shirt. That's right.
Oh my god.
I need to make the ramen shirt. Here, let me switch my camera.
Oh my god, Chaos,
I need to make the ramen shirt,
dude.
I need to make the polo cutoff. I'm working on that. Yeah.
You need to merch. You need to merch them.
I'm going to. But like, I want my logo to be 3 black bars. That's it. That's what I want my logo to be. Just 3 black bars. Just solid black bars. That's all I want my logo to be. That's it.
My parents just made it home.
A black bar, and then a 1 and 0 in the
5
center.
hours ago. They just made it home. Excited to say. Glad they made it home.
Don't set a sleeveless bathrobe.
Black's daughter did have a birthday, and mine is 12 days old. So
Yeah, it was great.
It was good to see your face. Thanks, Bo. Bakami's going to be on an upcoming episode here soon. We got a couple more people. Black. Questions for CK.
I'm trying to think about something we've talked about while I've played with you that we could bring up.
That you could talk about more. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think.
I would have asked what was the hardest part about a year of sobriety, but it sounds like you kind of occupied yourself with other things, right?
Yeah, definitely. I took all the money I was spending on alcohol.
There you go.
I mean, I was an alcoholic. Yeah. I mean, I didn't, it's hard to explain. I didn't drink like every single day, but when I did drink, I just didn't stop. Like Friday morning, getting off work, because I worked third shift for like the last 10 years up until July of this year. So I get off work Friday morning at 7 a.m. I'm like buying beer at the gas station. Everybody's looking at me like, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
I just got off work. Yeah.
I'd go home, drink, and then once the bars started opening up, 11, 12 o'clock, I was sitting there waiting at the door when they unlocked it, and I would close down a bar at midnight that night and, go home and drink some more until I passed out.
Sure.
That was pretty much every weekend of my life for many, many years, because my kids would stay with me during the week, and then they would go to their grandmas or their moms or somewhere. They would go somewhere on the weekends. So I would just drink. That's all I did.
Yeah, you would relieve yourself and kind of just.
Yeah. I mean, I'd go golfing. I'd golf a lot, and just drink and drink.
You got any
and
good
drink
courses in Kentucky?
Right, we got Valhalla Golf Club in Louisville, Kentucky. That's a PGA course. I was actually the maintenance manager there one summer.
Nice.
That was pretty fun.
Did you you got to play on it that summer then?
I played for free, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
On Fridays and Sundays, we only worked half a day. And when we got done working around lunchtime or whatever, all we did was go in, mow the greens, and then we could take off for the day, which it usually took 4 or 5 hours to mow all the greens.
Right, in the morning, yeah.
After that, we would hang out and play. A lot of us would.
Cass wants to know if you've ever had Ale 8.
Ale 8? Ale
8.
Yeah, I mean, I don't drink it, but it's very, very popular here in Kentucky. Yes. Like L8 and what's those, the pig skins, the roasted pork skins.
Pork rinds?
Pork rinds, yeah. I'm not a big fan of them, but
I'll puke.
That is like, you walk into a gas station, everybody in front of you in line's got an L8 and pork rinds.
Yeah.
But what I was saying, drinking was that was a major part of my life. You can ask any of my friends. I would get to the point where they wouldn't want anything to do with me. When I got to the point of being so drunk.
Sure.
That they wouldn't want to be around me. They call it being Jeffreyed. They said Jeffrey's coming out.
No, so, that's have you seen Get Him to the Greek?
Yeah.
Is that where it came from?
Oh
no, he's Jeffrey.
But
stroke the furry wall.
They were doing that to me before that movie came out, but so obviously I was spending a bunch of money on spending a bunch of money on alcohol. So sure. What I did when I quit drinking is I just figured I'm spending this money already and I'm still paying my bills. So I started putting everything towards a gaming setup. And that's where that setup the picture you all seen was when I first moved into this room, and I had bought like everything behind me. And then I've got a bunch of knickknacks on the wall behind me here, and then the lights and TVs and everything like that. And I got my Go XLR and Stream Decks and everything like that. So I just spent all that money, and I've just been building this since October of last year. And I started out on a PS4 on a 65-inch TV, and now I'm here.
Honors. Yeah, so you redirected it, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like you redirected your energy, right? Your energy was focused on something that you identified as like, hey, I don't want to keep going down this path. Right. I can redirect this energy to be in a more positive space, which is awesome.
And I like, I'm proud I've been sober for a year, but honestly, I got arrested for my third DUI. That's why I'm sober now. I finally got that slap on the head and was like, hey, you better do something different before I wind up in prison. Because in Kentucky, your fourth is a felony and you will go to prison for 5 years. So
damn. Yeah. And you're like, okay, just don't need to do that.
Yeah, I've got kids to take care of. I can't be sitting in a prison. So
sure.
It was a wake up call, needless to say.
Yeah.
Much needed. I wish, you would think the first and second time would have done it for me, but I'm hard headed.
But that's a lesson. I mean, it's a good. I'm glad I brought it back up to ask about it, because it's a good thing to teach people, right? It's a lesson for people. Younger generation that hasn't gotten to that age yet of drinking, that thinks it's fun and all this kind of stuff, right?
Or just anything in general.
For anybody. What's that?
Or just anything in general that can influence you.
Yeah.
So he brings that up, and it's just proof that people can change when they have the want to. And
absolutely, it's
some people like I have a little story here, and I talked about it on stream last night because Saturday was our daughter's birthday party, and we invited Joe, which is my wife's stepmother or stepfather, and he went to prison along with her mother, for things, and when he come out, he turned his life around, and it was such. Like, you could see it in his face. He's different. Like, he is not the same man. Like, he's just not. And even Miranda will tell you, he's not the same. Like, you just talking to him, just seeing him, he's not the same guy. That is proof that people can change. And, I'm not saying he would ever be tempted to go down that road again. Because I'm sure it would happen to anyone in that situation. And, her mother has nothing to do with her. Nothing. This man's not even blood, and he, my kids know who he is. My kids don't have any idea who their grandma is on her side. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm so happy to hear that, it took, one less time for you to realize I'm not going to be this way, because it didn't take him that one last time. It took him going and actually getting that slap, and you're strong, and I applaud that. That's amazing. I
appreciate it.
I seen what it's done to Miranda. I hear her talk about it. It's and I'm glad your kids never had to experience that. I'm super excited.
My kids, even they knew I was drinking, so and they're happy.
But they also see that return.
Yeah, my daughter was telling my dad. I talk to my parents a whole lot, but it's not like day to day. Like, I don't tell them, I thought they knew I'd quit drinking. I guess I just didn't come out and tell them that I did.
Yeah.
But I had a bunch of people over at my house a couple weekends ago, or about a month ago. We had a little crawfish boil at my house, and my kids were at my dad's, and my dad stopped by the house to drop them off, and he texted me. He was like, "Why are you having a party?" I was like, "I'm not having a party. My closest friends come by and we're cooking," and he was like, "There ain't a bunch of alcohol there, is there?" I was like, "No." And my daughter was like, Dad hasn't drank in a year. And so the kids notice.
Yeah,
they tell other people, my daddy hasn't drank in a long time and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, so the thing that I always point out, right, in this conversation is, like, there are things that you can do legally. There are things you can do illegally, right? So once you hit a legal age, it is legal to drink. But just like the commercial says, everybody should try to drink responsibly, right? Do that as much as you can, because it's a slippery slope. One thing turns to another. You're like, hey, I'm going to drive home, and next thing you know, like you said, CK, and it took a couple times, but luckily at last time got you in like oh crap, everything up until this point was a slap on the wrist. That's going to be handcuffs around my wrist, right? That's a big difference, right? So I've
had them more than I care to admit, but
yeah. I mean, I
it's all about the turnaround, and that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I'll sit around here. I have fun sitting at my home and occasionally, and people might think something, but like I'm not really doing anything crazy when I'm here. And I went to a wedding on Friday and I was, I had a good time, but I also then caught an Uber right home. Like that's just what I had to do because my wife was like, I'm coming home because she couldn't pick me up, obviously 2 kids and it's late and things like that. So that's just what I have to do. And I had to spend money to do so. It's very easy to be like, I don't want to spend this money, but you do what you have to do.
You did what's right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like you guys have
because
to,
you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. But it's very easy, right? You're impaired. You start making different decisions and
poor
things like
judgment.
that. Yep. But it's
oh yeah, I remember being out and got people offer me like you just come crash on the couch. I just live around the corner, this and that. I'm like when I get drunk like I was no, I'm sleeping in my bed, and you don't tell me anything different.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not leaving my car. I'm not coming back to get it tomorrow because I'm going to sleep all day. So I'm getting in the car and I'm going home.
Yeah. So I mean, it's something to take home from it, right? You can. That's like one of those things, CK, and I hate to. It's a life lesson, right? You go through it, right? You could be extreme and call it a mistake, and you probably even call it a mistake, right? Because
absolutely,
it puts you in a
it absolutely was.
But it's like you can learn from other people. Some people will want to experience it for themselves, but at the same time, if you have somebody out here telling you like this is where that road leads, you could choose to listen to that and kind of learn from it. Or I'm not gonna lie, it is very hard. Let me tell you, when you're having a good time and everything like that, it's very hard to make those judgment calls. As an adult who's been through those young phases and I still have a good time, it is hard for me to be like, hey, I'm gonna do this. Like on Friday, I would go to the wedding, but it's hard for me to make that decision. But you have to make that decision.
Right.
Like I didn't look down and like, oh man, I was like, oh, I got to spend that money on this Uber, but I just had to,
Now there was a time I was at. I used to drink at this bar before I met my wife, because I really don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
And there I was used to drink at the same place. It was called the Brick. They what was
it? Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin your serious
conversation. They make like brick oven style pizza. Yep. So I like lived there. It was so good.
Yeah.
And
that pizza's delicious.
I just got in my truck. Everything was normal because like my belly was full. I had a bunch of beers. Or I think at that time I was drinking Bacardi and cola. And it didn't take me until I got to the gas station and I was like, I'm drunk.
I shouldn't be here.
Like I was like, oh no. So I pull my truck up away from the gas pump. I pull it up. I walk in. I'm a small town. I know everyone. And I set my key down on the counter and I'm like, hey, can you call your daughter? Like I'm not making it. And she looks me straight in the face. She's like, Chris, are you drunk? And I'm like, I don't know. All I know is I can't drive. I should not be driving. I should not be on the road. This is bad. And she, like she used to work at the school. She was like an aide, volunteer aide. So she was like really cool. And, she calls her daughter. I went to school with her and she drives my truck home, drops me off. And then I think her friend come and picked her up. So like my truck was home. Everything was kosher. But man, that moment, I was so scared because I'm sitting there pumping gas in my truck. And I'm like, I don't remember driving to the gas pump. And then like that's what dawned on me. I'm like, I am drunk beyond all repair.
And
like,
I shouldn't be on the road. Yeah, good.
I'm like, I was like,
I mean, not good that you got to that point, but good that you realized it, right?
Like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the scariest moment ever I had drinking. I will easily say that.
Hey Dome, can you link your all's Discord and Black and Caesar's chat real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
It was
before we wrap up.
Yeah, that'll be a good shout out.
Hey, you have a good one, Dennis. Appreciate you, man.
So
I was just gonna say, kind of some of my closing thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's absolutely awesome and it's fun to go out and have fun with your buddies. I know, like Caesar, you got some younger folks in in your community there.
Yeah.
Have fun, but do not get behind the wheel. Trust me on it. I'm going to be paying for it for the next 10 years of my life, and it's not going to be easy. It's very, very, very expensive. Very expensive. I'm not going to have a driver's license for the next 5 years. So, I mean, honestly, it's not worth it. If you can get a ride, get a ride. If you can't get a ride, then you know what? Just grab you a 6-pack, 12-pack, whatever y'all are doing, and sit at home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really not worth it. And if somebody is having issues, overcoming their addiction or anything like that, reach out. The Dome is gonna link some Discord links. Anybody, it's the veteran community, but anybody with any kind of issues, just reach out. We're all here. We're all here to help everybody. PTSD, it don't matter, addiction, whatever. If you're just having a bad day, reach out. Somebody is there, whether it's me, Rolly, Dirk, Boogie, Dome, somebody is there. Okay. So everybody just reach out if you need somebody.
Wonder if I can create a link in their Discord.
Not sure you know how.
I have a command in my chat all over the place. If you type in ! suicide, it would always just pop the prevention line up.
Yeah.
I gotta move that to Facebook.
Yeah.
I used to have that on Twitch all the time because, when the surgery first happened, it was a rough turnaround. But yeah, it's a nice command.
I mean,
have.
I commend you guys. I mean, you guys are doing a great job. Obviously, with the PTSD, you got it in the background right now. Bukami actually came in and said something about the awareness, and
I
love seeing that. I think
absolutely
you guys have definitely what is that? Do not give into the war within.
The war within.
Nice. Yeah. So I mean that's it's awesome to continue to see other people. Like I hear about somebody having a bad day. Look, I'm gonna do as much as I can to help, or I'm gonna advocate towards you finding what I think might help. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's one of those things that
we reach out to the veteran community because we're all veterans.
Right.
We know what a lot of people are going through.
Sure.
But like I said, even if you're not a veteran, I've
just having a conversation with somebody is helpful.
Yeah, I mean,
very.
I've been through a lot. I can relate to a lot of different things. So I'm a single dad. My kid's mother is. I don't want to say her and blast her on social media, but
sure.
she is what she is. So, I have problems like that I can help out with. Just, I've been through a lot. I lost my mother at a very young age. So, I grew up with this. My dad got married pretty quickly, but, he was a single dad. Well, I did live with just my dad for a little while, and then it's just me and my kids now. So, and then, addiction and everything like that, I'm very familiar with. So there's always somebody out there that understands at least what you're going through.
Yeah. Black, did you get a link to Discord and invite?
Dome said he's having issues. I could probably try to do it.
If you have
it. To their Discord?
Yeah, to their Discord. I couldn't create one. I tried. They probably have it on lockdown.
Well, I can't.
Well, I didn't know if you had one already.
They can.
But, once we get a chat link in here, obviously any of our 3 chats or Discords always open. Any of our streams, if we're live, we're usually chatting with people. Chat's not going a million miles a minute. People can normally read it, right? So thanks for putting that in there.
Big shout out to Chase or Chaos Chase there. He just gifted 4 subs.
There you go. I guess he's a man he's a boy amongst men? I don't know. I think he's a boy amongst men. Love you, Cass. So, like I said, or CK kind of alluded to us as we start to wrap, because we are approaching the 2-hour mark. I think he probably was seeing that just as much as I try to keep track of it. you know, even though we had Dad Body Cav 4 guys in a row, you know, CK wanted the rest of them to get through, and luckily we were able to get Boogie in. And I was like, hey, I'm going to go to CK next just to kind of like really put this all together, because I think what I've noticed is, right, CK is not part of Dad Body Cav in the sense of like that, but mending very strongly in the message, the mission, like all of that is pretty connected. And I wanted to make sure we just kept down that path, because I think it's a good place to be.
Absolutely. I've known them guys. I've known Chris for a little while, but Dirk and Boogie and Brad, I've only known them a short amount of time, but man, I do feel like I've known them my entire life. It's just, they brought me in like I was one of the guys.
Right.
We haven't looked back since, and we're only going to grow together. So.
Yeah. Dome just actually used the better word that I was missing. Partnering. You guys have been partnering on things, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So with that, I'll say, CK, I will end up chatting you. I think we alluded to a couple things there that my wheels are spinning, and I'll try to get a title or a lesson formulated and then shoot it to you to see if it resonates with you. You know, symbolic relationship. There you go, Dome. I want to thank you, CK, for everybody. I chatted CK earlier today and was like, hey, will you be able to do it tonight? Because Chris was asking me like, hey, are we going to do it tonight? I was like, yeah, my parents are here, but they should be gone by then because they're not going to drive late into the night, right?
Right.
Let me just see if CK is available to get it done today. So CK, I want to thank you for coming on and being on here with us. It was a pleasure getting to know you even better than I already feel like I have over the last, I don't know, what's it been, like 6 weeks or so?
Yeah, maybe it feels a lot longer, but yeah.
I know it's crazy. Like all these, like it's honestly, that is
Streamer
exactly
time
how
is longer.
That is exactly how I would describe the last like month and a half of people in my community, the shared communities, whatever it may be. Like the last month and a half has felt like a year with how close it's gotten. It really has.
Yeah. And just real quick, I just wanted to give a big thank you to both of you. I mean, without you all, I know I wouldn't be here where I am today with my growth in my community. We have definitely grown a lot, and a lot of it is because of you two. So I appreciate that.
I can't take that. You're not doing that to me. I appreciate it, but I am going to shut you down 100%.
No, the raids and everything like that, just the shout outs.
But people need to understand, right? I need to make sure I'm clear on this.
Hold up.
Go ahead, Black.
I have a very good answer for this because I get this question frequently when I was on Twitch. I always tell people the moment they start thanking for a raid, that raid has nothing to do with anything. I provided those eyes. That means nothing. Okay. All I did was go say hi.
That's where I was going.
Okay. If them people stay, they are no longer my people. Them people are staying because of you.
Yeah.
That's it. Solely. We did nothing.
You just took my anscer, Black. That's bullshit.
I say that every time.
You told me to shut up so you could say it.
Because I have it down to a T.
Is Hoy in your chat telling you to tell me to shut up?
I've been saying this for years. Step back.
But
I probably just woke up my kids.
Yeah, I know, right? And they have school tomorrow. Come on, Black. That is exactly, he took the words out of my mouth because apparently they were in his mouth first. I don't know. But yeah, seriously, CK, the only reason I wanted to stress it was because when you say that, I don't want people to want to be on here because they want to build some relationship, because they want raids for it to happen. Right?
Oh, yeah.
No. I know.
I
know that's not what you were getting at, but I'm just saying, like, some people could interpret it as that, right? Some people could interpret it that. Nobody should feel down if a raid comes in and people leave. That just means that wasn't your audience, right? That just means the people who are, you have a lot of Kentucky people in my chat. They see you talking to you and I know you're not originally from Kentucky, but they get your atmosphere and they just feel at home, right? And that's what happens. Like, people get drawn into that, and that's why you get people that stick around in the Blacks, right? The moment those people come over, it is now they're staying because they want to stay for you. They're not staying. I go to bed most of the time. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I lurk people when I am live with you muted.
Oh, right,
I don't lurk at the end of the night. I most often, now I lurked Dome last night because I felt bad I couldn't find his stream. I left my PC run all night, right? I left my stream run for you, Dome. Don't you worry. I left it run for you. It doesn't happen often. But I seriously, I go to bed. I shut my PC down. I let it cool and not overwork itself, right? So they're not staying for me. Like Black said, they're not staying for him. They're staying for the person that they're now watching.
Dominance.
What do you say? What's that? What's the dominance?
My wife texts me.
God.
Said, "What the fuck did you just yell about? Are you mad?"
He's trying to dominate me, Tone. Yeah.
I said I had to assert my dominance with Caesar.
Look, I completely agree with you, Black. I mean, it's probably because I have been with you for a while now, and I formulate some of that from you. But like, it's true. CK, I see people leave, right? I see people leave a chat when they don't want to be there. That's why I really, really, really strive to raid people that I want to help out always. Like, I want to help people get affiliated. But then I continue to raid people that I think my community relates to, right? And I want them to enjoy the next person. I want to share that community with the next person. And for those guys who get big and like they don't raid anymore, like a lot of them don't raid anymore, I hope to never want or have to get to that place. Like, I like sharing it because I always say, like, if somebody wants to go watch somebody else, good. Like, I want them to enjoy I want them to have a good time. I don't want them to spend time with me. I want them to spend time with who they want to spend time with. You know? So.
And if you're on Facebook gaming and you have your raids turned off, suck a nut.
Bust a nut.
Sorry. Sorry. It needed to be said.
Hey, TK.
Because I want to raid so many people and they won't let me. They have it turned off.
All shutdowns aside, I appreciate the gratitude that you're sharing, and I it's a thankless act in my mind, right? It's like, hey, I'm going to bed. Who are these people going to go watch? And let's go help somebody out. So it is fun to raid, and when the numbers are big, I always try to end my stream quicker than what I actually want to talk with chat because I don't want people to like drag out,
leave.
I don't want that to happen.
Like, okay, bye.
Yeah, I started getting to the point where I won't say that I'm getting off or I'm getting ready to get off. I'll just be like, all right, who we raiding, and then send it.
Yeah, because I want people to at least go over there and get to see that person, get to meet him or whatever, right? But all right, guys. Hey, this was a fantastic conversation. Like I said, I think we got some good meat that I can formulate a lesson out of, and this was a good little wrap up to the Dad Body Cavalry and CKGaming, joining with them, partnering with them, a symbolic relationship, a bromance, if you will, is what Domage said. So I don't know. Chris was trying to get into that bromance there for a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. Is that a bromance? It sounds like he's asserting his dominance on you guys, Domage, with him calling you the Girl Scouts, you know? Kidding. Last question will be, who are we rating? But we'll get that in the fuzzy screen. So everybody will hopefully catch you next week as long as everything goes to plan. We can keep having these weekly. Talk to you then. All right. Itch it. What's Black? What do you say? Catch you in the next one? Black says, I'm going to take his tagline.
Thank you for giving me
the opportunity
to do it.
Catch you in the next one. All right. Peace out, everybody.